So I'm going to play with this rune tree. If I sound different, I'm recording somewhere else because I did record Darkness 13, and I skipped 14, but I don't think I'm going to use the 13 footage. If I use the Darkness 13 footage, then it'll probably be part of another video that I don't know if I talked about in the video before, but either way, we're going to work with this build, or these runes, I'm sorry, on Darkness level 15. I'm calling it Darkness. Obviously, there's an A word that we could use, but I'm not going to use it. So, you know what? We'll mess with Dragon Egg. I already took increased damage in Vision, and I know I have this knockback, which looks weird because, you know, shotgun, you want them to be closer, but every time I reload, I knock things back. But for the most part, it still works because it doesn't knock it outside of my range, and it helps me CC or crowd control anything that I'm not aiming at. Because I'm going to be shooting at things that I can still reach, and the knockback from reload doesn't really knock it out of range usually. And even if that was the case, when I get ethereal procs, which have carried me all the way through 15, though to be fair, no, I'll hold that to my chest for now. So I was gonna say something and I decided not to say it. That said, I did still want to go over what people were, at least what I see in the community, if for no other reason than to think about things myself. But for the most part, I've seen a lot of things here and there. People talking about, isn't freeze always needed or overpowered? And then you get the counter argument. It was like, well, no, I did this with summons, or I did this without freeze at all, just with lightning. And it depends on the character and weapon combination. I think anyway. That's not a quote from someone else. So again, it's not again, because it's my first time saying it, hopefully, but it depends on the combination, rather than, I mean, there are builds, but builds are made up of combinations of perks or character weapon combinations, because, I don't know, we'll see when I test things out. I don't want to say anything because I haven't really done it myself yet, unless, if I decide not to, then I'm taking people, for their word, which I kind of need to, because I'm a self-proclaimed Diamond main, or at the very least, I am playing Diamond. I'm just playing Diamond for now, although I have dabbled in other characters. I'm probably just going to skip to 15 to all of them, because the end point is to reach 15 anyway. If you can beat 15, you can pretty much beat everything before that, because there's no difference. 15 is all of them put together, so it should therefore be the hardest. That said, yeah, we're on weird sides, because, you know, you get opinions of all sorts of words. People saying this character's not good. People saying the character's actually good. I don't think anyone should be debating how good Hina is. We know Hina's good. But, you know, things here and there. And then Shauna, as, well, after her character perks were granted to her in the full version, I don't think anyone's really saying anything bad about Shauna, and if they are, it's usually people who, you know, just started and they're like, why would I reroll? And then you learn about character perks and how she triples everything, and now we have triple builds everywhere. So, should I even go into it? I mean, with my limited experience, granted, I play Diamond mainly, so it's... I guess if we were to talk about the quote-unquote weakest character, I mean, Diamond might be a contender, but that's not fair, because it's not like she's bad. It's just that they're all good, and Diamond maybe, I don't know. Because it depends. There's a lot of RNG involved in this game, especially on the level up system. So I don't think it's really fair. I think they're all good, but you can prioritize them, and it depends on the player themselves. If you like, you know, if you like more faster movement and you know how to control specifically you know how to control dashes, then Hina might be up more your alley. If you want to play more reckless, or you want to play with HP values and you know how to manipulate them, then Diamond, who I'm playing as, is up your alley. But Shauna, you know, Shauna and Lilith also fill that role to some extent, Abby, so it's not really fair to say that any one character is bad. They're all good at this iteration of the game anyway. That said, did I take regeneration? I did. So, thankfully I took the 90-second one, so at least I get something out of bulk up, but I would have liked Berserk. But bulk up is a good second if I were to rank Diamond's perks, for the build I'm using anyway. And obviously, if you're a tool assisted run, or you are, you know, very confident and able to weave and not take any damage, then her Diamond's third perk is pretty good as well. It's just that I would prefer the gains from Berserk. Not just, and that's not an excuse to saying, you know, I get hit all the time, which I do get hit a lot. It's just I would rather it because the reload rate and fire rate are better for what I usually build into. Usually double shot and freeze trees are a requirement for me, but you know, they are what they are. I need to stop autopiloting for a moment because I'm on 2 hearts and I'm going to die soon. I will be healing in about 30 seconds. I haven't been counting. I'm so bad at counting, but yeah, this knockback on reload, you know, if I were to think of it, I'm sure someone brought it up, but I definitely can see how someone might complain about why the knockback on reload, which is one of the rune perks I took, isn't on when I run out of bullets. So basically, when you fire the last shot, it's when you finish reloading. But still, for 360cc, it's for crowd control and 360 degrees. It's still nice. I'm going to be shooting at anything, you know, in my immediate quadrant, but and when I get ethereal, I won't have it anyway. So it kind of interferes with ethereal. Let me just focus on not dying here. Well, never mind. I might just end up dying. Well, if I end up dying, I'll just do another run. That said, bosses are also faster, so I think I might die here. Get me out! No! In full frames, please! Yeah, this is not good. I don't want to be this slow right now. Yeah, I'm dead. Keep shooting. Yeah, so, HP probably isn't what I should have built into, but we'll go back and Dragon, but, we'll get back into it. Hopefully this will be... I just unlocked 15. I did 14 a little bit before this recording because I had to take care of stuff, but, again, it's not... 14 wasn't too big a jump. 15 is the jump because bosses are faster, so... We'll see. I probably shouldn't have become... I think I took Giant there. I'd have to look back in the recording, but... Whatever, we're on the second run, so we'll deal with it now. You know what? I have to take Power Shot. I might have taken Fire Rate, but decided not to. I might even change these runes depending, because this knockback doesn't... Bosses, if they do get knocked back, it must be a very minuscule amount. That said, keeping ads off me is still good, and me autopiloting is still not good. On top of that, I did half my HP. But I feel like the bullet damage stacked on top of the vision bonuses are doing well. Obviously, if I get an ethereal proc during Shug, I guess is what his name... Because I looked at a page with all the names. I don't want to say this has a second part in case YouTube algorithm picks it up, but horse, it's not even a horse. I think it's called a deer. You can call it deer. But if I get ethereal proc on deer, it'll pretty much melt. It's going to die. So... Also, I didn't get Electromage, I think. But enough reminiscing about the previous run. Yeah, the deer will melt if I get ethereal proc, even for like 7 seconds, and I run up to it with my vision damage bonus and just my damage bonus in general for half-life, but it will die, so I won't have as hard as problem. That said, yeah, so I probably shouldn't have taken an extra HP upgrade and the Dragon perk. If you're confident, again, and you have the ability to, you know, manage it well, I don't doubt I could have done it. It's just I took so much damage beforehand, and then got hit by Deer, which does double damage, so that wasn't great. That and maximizing my experience gains. I probably was, I was autopiloting too much, so let's find out. Both of those were good. Double shot was good, freeze was good, but I'm gonna take freeze first, because it's my more, well, I mean, yeah, it's my more immediate damage up right now. Double shot splits the damage, but it's not going to kill enemies fast enough with the HP scaling. I noticed that I think, because now we have a wiki page, which is where I'm looking at some of my information, like enemy names, but I don't think I'm sure it's going to happen at some point. Well, none of these are great. I guess I'll take magic. No, I'll take haste, in case I need to dodge deer charge, but... Yeah, I don't think they updated it with the HP values on darkness level, so... but it's still, the base values are pretty informative. It's not like it was useless. It's not like the page is, oh, there's a mistake. I'm just thinking about it in my head to try to, you know, do some calculations. Neither of these are great. I think one of these perks is bugged too. One of these perks apparently doesn't lead to the final perk tree, but I don't think it was part of the electric tree. So, and I feel like it was part of the double shot tree, but I use all of the double shot perks. I think all of them are good. So, or for my specific build, of course, for shotgun diamond. I hope I didn't say shotgun scarlet. For some reason I keep saying scarlet instead of diamond, but yeah, that's. I feel like all the double shot perks are good for what I plan to do, especially if you're running any kind of freeze build. You know, maybe not for crossbow. Oh my goodness, please stop autopiloting me. But because crossbow you begin with 1, shotgun you at least already start with a spread. Yes, low ammo count, but so is the crossbow. So crossbow has 1 shot and only 1 clip. So. And nonetheless, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of... For some reason, I feel like I haven't seen a lot of cross... I should have been charging this elite, by the way. The fact that I didn't is kind of harmful now. Yeah, that wasn't great. And none of these are great, too. So RNG has not been too nice to me, even though, yes, I did get a double shot and freeze in 1 level up. They didn't happen in consecutive level ups, so let's hope. Good thing about swarms is that I will get to 50 to proc ethereal, 50 kills to proc ethereal quickly. The bad news is that I get swarmed and I'm not prepared and I die anyway. So let's hope. Let's hope I survive. Let me cut a way through. I need to cut a way through. There's experience all over the place and I haven't really made use of it. Seems like we're going thunder for now. Do I have, out of curiosity, do I have? I do. So I get. I do have most of my damage set up already. Now I just need to spread the damage. So I would want either double shot, more of the double shot tree on level up, or burn is okay. But since we're about to run into deer right now, I would like something that would help me against deer, and I didn't get it. So fine, run and gun. Helps me dodge deer. Hopefully I can clear ads fast enough to make a way at all for me to run and gun, but here's hoping. Otherwise, if I pick up all the experience and just focus on picking up experience, I could probably level up, but I still need to kill enemies in the meanwhile. And since we proc ethereal, that'll help with lightning. I need to make sure, though. I could try to time my ethereal proc, but I don't know how well that's gonna work for me. Yeah, I'll do Reaper rounds. As funny as it looks, yes, shotgun does, shotgun can pierce, it's just really specific, and usually requires you to have a lot of enemies surrounding you, because the drop-off, or the quote-unquote range of the shotgun, means that, yeah, it's not going to... It doesn't look like it's piercing or bouncing if you get bounce. I wonder if I talked about that... I guess I can say it again, but, if I didn't, I'll mention it again in a future video. But let's see, how bullet speed relates to range. How I think of it, again, this is more to fuel my developer brain. So if for no one else than my own information or thought process. But so there's not really a range. And not saying the developer is not good enough to program it or something, but yeah, it's, so there's not really a range. I feel like what happens for range, quote-unquote, it's that it's indirect. So what I mean by that is, oh goodness, please, what I mean by that is that bullet speed. So when you fire your gun, bullets have so let's say, a lifetime duration variable. So bullets survive for, say, 6 frames. So say a shotgun bullet survives for 6 frames, and then it also has a bullet speed. We know that because perks build into it. But because of that, bullet speed, if they have a life of 6 frames and it has a bullet speed, that means for 6 frames it moves a certain distance and then it disappears. And therefore it creates a range. So that means the reason why bullet speed equates to range is that the faster a bullet moves, well, it's going to move the same amount. It's still going to move for 6 frames, but since it moves faster, that means it effectively moves farther. Oh, get me out of the way. Get me out of the way of this deer. That's right, bosses have more HP as well, so... Let's see, elements. I've stopped taking range because I actually want the knockback for CC, unless I just die right here. But let's hope I don't die. I don't think I have any healing yet, so I really shouldn't have gotten hit as many times as I did. So I have to either survive until I kill another 1,000 enemies, or get a healing perk, but that's not happening anytime soon, so I have to kill 1,000 enemies and hope everything works out. Let me concentrate for a moment so I don't die. So yeah, bullet speed equates to range because it lives the same amount of time but moves faster. Therefore, it moves farther. Therefore, it means range. That's my theory behind it. I don't have a source to cite. That's just what I believe. If bullets actually have a quote-unquote range, then I'd be interested to know. But that's not the case. Yeah. So neither of the maybe magic lens, but I'm worried about my HP, so I'm gonna I'm gonna start building it to HP. If for no other reason than regen, you know, I don't have searing warmth, soothing warmth anytime soon, so I'm going to take 90-second regeneration, or try to build into it, assuming I don't die, so let's hope. So nothing stops these bullets. I think I just did a run. Yeah, it was my darkness level 14, so it's not in a video anywhere, but I feel like bullets can get bugged out by enemies anyway. Or bullets shot by those specific enemies, I forgot their name, can be eaten, but I feel like it has something to do with the magic lens perk, but I could probably search for it up in the community and someone's like, hey, you can do this, because there are definitely a fair share of bugs. I think something about like triple assassin as well. Triple anything is usually probably relating to Shauna, who has a character perk that allows you to triple the effect of whatever buff you take, which is pretty interesting, really, from a technical standpoint. But, you know, that's what they mean. And it looks funny, like a lot of endgame builds, but Shauna perks are pretty funny when they actually get them to work, so... Yeah, from Angelic Shauna to Triple Shauna, or Triple Perk, I guess is what people call it. You know, Triple Assassin, Triple... Fusillade. I just looked up the pronunciation and I forgot how to pronounce it. But as we move into 12 minutes till dawn, I need to make sure I have the AoE to deal with these waves. Granted, I'm probably going to be killing 50 enemies fast, but I don't have split shot and I don't have fan fire, so I'm a little nervous. So I'm still going to be nervous. I guess I'll build into Pyromage, try to look for either 40 damage fireball or the other one. At least try to build into Soothing Warmth, which I think may even do more healing than regeneration. Yeah, it's based on RNG, but based on the amount of enemies you can kill, I think the record, not world record, but records have gone up to over 30,000 enemies, so I could take Giant, but I think I'm going to take Fanfire, not Fanfare, for the sake of my for the sake of crowd control. So. And now that I have both of these, I can comfortably take Mini-Clip, because with Mini-Clip, I'm going to be proccing 3 freeze bullets and Fanfire, like, a few times per second. That said, we'll take Firestarter, and we'll hope. I think I have the Diamond perk I didn't want, but I have most of my build set up, so we should be fine. But oh yeah, on the topic of kill records, I've seen like over 30,000, and I think someone hit level 60 something. Again, I don't know the darkness levels. I'm sure some darkness was involved because you want more enemies to spawn. Unless for some reason vanilla, again, this is me, not my opinion, not sourced anything, except for the fact that I've seen someone finish a run above level 60, and I've seen people try go for kill records, and the one I've seen so far is at least 30,000, 32,000, I can't remember, but. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but hey. Now, I think I still need Split Shot. Yeah, I still want Split Shot. Split Shot actually provides quite a lot of CC, but maybe I don't need it. I say as I'm being chased from behind by like dozens of ads, but hey. Ow, and then I get hit. So let's see what we have here. I'll go for Fresh Clip. Maybe we'll get Mini Clip, and we will get the show on the road. We're going to hit 10 minutes till dawn, which is going to make a sparse wave of bigger, chunkier enemies, but which means we need to make the most of this one and try to defeat as many enemies as possible for experience. That said, I should be able to reach level 27 with everything I have right now. Yeah, none of these are too great. We'll do Glare. Hopefully we get on-hit bullet effects, but if we don't, then... I mean, I wasn't going to take Glare, but I ended up taking Glare. I forgot what I was going to take, because I'm concentrating for the moment, but here we are, continuing to do this. Again, we have most of our build. whatever's after this is mostly for comfort, but I would like... So yeah, we'll take mini clip now. And then we're under the effect of Ethereal. Again, I would like to reiterate, Ethereal's really carrying me. I think the other perks that it's with are usually specific. Maybe the one on the left isn't as specific, but definitely the summon one is something I'm not using for my build, so it wouldn't help me as much as Ethereal. So that's the reason why I'm using it. Otherwise, if I want to do a more quote-unquote challenge run, I would pick the summon rune perk and not use summons. So to kind of test out how well you can do without it, I'm sure you could still beat it, but how easy it would be for me personally, it would be more personal achievements. If you're new to this channel, then I like to do things like that, just challenge myself for no reason, even though I know I'm not, I'm not a veteran of any game, but hey, it's all about self-improvement here, so it's not exactly a me, because self-improvement does help other people, but hey, I also feel like you can kind of tell how much HP an ad has if you didn't look up the wiki, if you didn't go to the community and ask. With the freeze perk, it does 1/4 of their max HP. Let me get rid of these eyes. I really hate these ads. I call them ads, enemies. I should call them enemies. Too much 14, but so here we go. Here's the boss. We have Fanfire, so I'm not as scared. And now that I have Ethereal, I need to kind of spin around, spin to win for a moment to keep things off of me. Otherwise, I'm focusing fire on this. It's a lot of damage to going out, by the way, but bosses have more HP, so hopefully everything works out. But yeah, if you didn't know the HP values, again, how I eyeball it is I look at enemies that hit by freeze, and when I see like 100 or 200, and I know I don't have dragon or anything like that, then let's actually use sight magic, because I'm gonna run up to a boss, which means I'm doing a lot more damage. So every time I heal, that's okay. I would have really liked, if I can speak correctly, Berserk. Do I even have it? No, I don't. I was like, that has to be the second one. I will get it the third time, but at that point, I'm probably just gonna purposely run into bullets, so because small ads will do double damage. I feel like maybe that's a bug. Not that they're not doing, not that they're doing double damage, but they're supposed to do double damage, but they're not. Maybe? Question mark? I'll have to see. But yeah, to finish the thought, yeah, 1/4 of the max HP. So I look, and then you just multiply by 4, and you get the max HP. Granted, scaling works differently over time. Enemies have like hundreds of HP, even after 12 minutes. So it helps. 1/4 of the HP is still a lot and on top of the CC you get from freezing them. So, ouch. So, right now, since I don't have Berserk, optimally I want to be 1 or 2 HP below max, because I don't want to overheal. Well, I mean, there's no harm in it, actually. And if I was being really efficient, I would keep myself half HP or under, but I don't feel that confident, especially if I get knocked around by a boss and die in 2 hits. For any other character, that's pretty much death, but, if you can do it, like I said before, or if I didn't say it already, then it's definitely an increase of damage, but the whole point is surviving anyway, so maybe if you're going for a high level or high kill run, yes, because the faster you clear enemies, I feel like the more you get spawned and the more experience you get. Let me know if that's wrong, but I mean, it has to be. Otherwise, Otherwise, people wouldn't be able to like level up as high as they could be. Everyone would be around a certain level. But I've seen runs. I've been as low as 30, in the low 30s, finishing a run. Granted, that was on low darkness level, and then I've seen people hit, as I said before, 60 something. So there has to be some correlation between getting more enemies to spawn and not. So, and if killing more enemies helps more spawn effectively, then cool. I don't like any of these, but I'll take Magic Lens. Why not? I might as well get some increase. If I follow the lens, I get a lot more, but if I'm surrounded on all sides, not as much. I mean, And if you don't know, then Magic Lens is essentially a proc rate, unless you do it 100% of the time, but if you do it 100% of the time, that means you're usually, especially on a more sparse wave, or a wave that doesn't look like this, you're not doing as much damage because there are other enemies you could be shooting at. So, or maybe it does. Again, we haven't tested things out well enough. I I guess I'll take the vision range increase because I have bonus damage from the rune perk, I think. But moving on. I think I showed my runes at the beginning. I'll have to look back at it. But yeah, on sparse waves, yeah, lens might not be as useful because it's looking in a direction you don't want to. Again, some of you watching may already know this, but I'm saying it whenever I say things. At bare minimum, it helps me myself to at least think about things. You know, so I'm gonna take intense burn. Igniting lens is okay too, but we're gonna do this. I want my vision range to stay where it is, so I get my damage bonus, as much as that matters compared to the freeze and shatter bonuses. So hopefully I survive. But yeah, talking about character tiers in the meanwhile, as I focus on this boss here, should be somewhat self-explanatory, this boss, but yeah, characters being good or bad, I think they're all good. I usually have that opinion, that's not fair though. But, I mean, there are moments when characters can be good or bad. So, as you've seen right there, some of the bullets are disappearing. I don't know why that's happening. I assume maybe that's a bug, but hey, it's what's happening is happening, so that said, hey, I've played my Toho. I'll name drop that because it's related to abilities, more like my own personal abilities. So, but I can understand how this specific 5 minutes until dawn, for 5 minutes till dawn, can be a really challenging part because you have all these. If you focus on clearing out the eyes, well, you're not killing the boss. And if you're focusing on the boss, you get these ads running up to you and exploding or shooting at you. So that said, oh god, if nothing else, don't get hit by the boss. Oh, I'm gonna die here. I'm probably gonna die here. Please don't die. If I proc Ethereal, actually, it might be a bit worse for me. So, summoning maybe I go Rage now that I have everything set up. We'll find out. Every other time I've taken Range, it's gone badly for me, so let's find out. I do want to get rid of these eyes, because these bullets will absolutely kill me. Also, no Split Fire Rip, but I'm gonna take Giant. So, let's hope. Let's hope we survive. The elites are pretty much the same. I'm not too worried about them as my frame rate drops because I need to be clearing out enemies. But regardless, yeah, this is going to be... Or maybe both move quicker, but yeah, so I took double damage there. None of these. I really don't like any of these, but let's just keep going. So... Now that I know bullet speed is technically range, I'm pretty sure, unless that's somehow wrong and a lot of people in the community are wrong, then take aim might be more helpful, but we'll find out. Oh goodness, please, don't die me. Don't die. Don't die. I would like to survive. I don't want to practically waste 17 minutes. The runes are still nice. Oh goodness, frame dropping, please. My frame rate, please! Don't die! I need this wyvern to die soon. If it doesn't die soon, it's going to cause problems, both for my survival and for my frame rate, because it has the Berserk perk that I need. Not that I'll be able to use much of it, but... and I don't want to get hit by these ads, if I didn't already say it before. Getting hit by these ads, assuming they do double damage as intended, means that I'm getting less per Berserk perk, because it only counts the... I'm pretty sure it only counts the amount of times you're getting hit, and not how much HP you're losing. The diction or the wording is very important, so you know what, I'll build to rapid fire. I don't have much left, but yeah, so if I want to get Berserk procs, I should be getting purposely hit by the, funny enough, the eye ads that shoot projectiles, so we'll find out. As we near the end of this run, and hopefully I survive, I feel like, because I think, I can't remember what parts are there on the rune tree as I get Soothing Warmth here, but there's a nice one where it allows you to be invincible once you hit 1 HP. It is nice. I haven't tested it out if you just die when you're at 2 HP and get hit by double damage, but the assumption is that, especially if we get a final 25 seconds that are really, really, you know, either actually unmanageable or without very specific builds, which would hurt the diversity, I know, or we get a boss where you can just cheat, or it allows you more options, basically. So the end point of what I'm trying to say is, basically you proc invincibility, that perk, on 25 or 24 seconds, and then you just sit there and AFK until at the end of the run, if you're not going for a high score run, obviously. But yeah, thinking about perks and how to use them, I'm definitely thinking about a few, but until I play Limit for the summon perks, or I don't know who else, Spark or Scarlet for their more burn or freeze procs. Not that you can't use them on Shauna, Diamond, Abby, or Hina, but Hina's kind of a jack of all trades at the moment. If anyone tells you Hina's bad, well, I understand people having trouble with Hina, but at the same time, she is, you know, not even min-max, just when you use her kit, and you don't have to be optimal, she's pretty good, basically. So, her clone being able to mimic basically your weapon is pretty good, on top of the movement options, her character perks. She's a good character and a very good character once you know what you're doing. But as we get into the last minute till dawn, by no means is Diamond a bad character. I will say this. Otherwise, just look at what's happening on screen right now, and you can reference me dying the first time in this video, but listen, she's not bad. Just look what's happening. And at this point, she probably would have been bad if she didn't have her character perks. But since she does, again, I've already said it too, so it's not like I wasn't aware. But when you add more perks, you don't have to add generic perks, because then the game would favor Diamond more. But if you add character-specific perks, and obviously then give Diamond some way to spend her HP as a resource, especially for DPS, then yeah, she becomes a much more viable character, I guess is more correct to say. Let me just get hit by these bullets on purpose, because I'm probably overhealing at the moment. But yeah, don't let anyone tell you Diamond's bad either. And then Shauna, people thought she was bad, and then her character perks came out, and some people still questioned it, and it's like, eh. And at this point, I think people are saying, you know, people are trying to fill in the holes for Scarlet. Some people think Abby is bad. I don't know why. If you look at your character perk and stuff, as I get a bunch of achievements, I think all the characters are good. Now, can you put one over the other? It would depend on the type of player you're advertising characters to. But without further ado, if you didn't know, what happens when you get 15 is that they turn red. But without further ado, I won't take up more of your time. I'm planning to do more, and if I don't, I'm going to be sad, but I won't take up more of your time one more time. So thank you for watching. I'm out.